Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shannon Dacus, and I am your Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce Board Chair, and I have the unique privilege of being your host for today. It's so awesome to see so many distinguished leaders and community servants here in the room today, and might I add, everyone's looking very lovely despite the muck outside. Thank you all for coming out and joining us. Since we last met together like this, we've had a lot going on in our community. We just wrapped up the 2-week Azalea Trail and the activities that go with that. And yesterday, we all witnessed a once-in-a-lifetime solar eclipse. I hope everyone enjoyed it and had their glasses on. But one other event happened since we met last that flew under the radar a little bit. And so if you'll indulge me as your chair, I want to spend just a couple of minutes of your time letting you know about it. February the 13th marked a very significant occasion for our Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce. February 13th, Henry Bell III completed 35 years of excellent leadership of our Tyler Area Chamber. Oh. I'll get them back, don't worry. Okay, settle down. You're going to get me fired. Those of you that know Henry won't be surprised one bit to know that one of his dedicated admirers has described him as cut from a rare cloth. In fact, some of his other colleagues have described him as a centurion and a historian for Tyler, a legacy leader whose years of dedicated service to this community are only matched by his enthusiasm for the future of Tyler. And also, my favorite, he has been described as Mr. Tyler. I think we can all agree on that. Henry is the quintessential servant leader. He leads us quietly from the background, never seeking accolades or awards. He simply does. He inspires us in the way that he leads in every deed, every day, every action he takes. Henry has worked for our chamber for 35 years, tirelessly, consistently, and without complaint. So we wanted to share a very special video message from our very own U.S. Congressman, Nathaniel Moran.
For 1-minute speeches. First, this gentleman from Texas rise.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to ask for unanimous consent to address the House floor for 1 minute and to revise and extend my remarks.
Without objection, the gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor and congratulate my friend Henry Bell on 35 years of service to the Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce. This incredible milestone is a testament to his dedication, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the economic growth of the East Texas community. Throughout Henry's tenure, he has been a driving force behind the Chamber's success. Henry's deep knowledge of the resources, traditions, and history of East Texas, combined with his natural ability to build strong relationships, have helped attract new businesses and create countless jobs in East Texas. Under his guidance, the Tyler Area Chamber of Commerce has become a beacon of economic development, serving as a valuable resource and support system for businesses large and small. The Tyler Area Chamber is a regional top 5 chamber boasting more than 2,000 member organizations, businesses, and individuals. Beyond his professional contributions, Henry has sought to serve the Tyler community by dedicating his time and talents outside of work in keeping with the traditions of 5 generations of Bells that served before him. Once again, I congratulate Henry Bell on this remarkable milestone. The East Texas community is proud to have you, Henry, and we have been blessed because of you. I yield back.
Ladies and gentlemen, our chamber sits on a strong foundation. It is vetted and vibrant, but it is also ever-changing to meet the current needs of our business community. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the influence of Henry Bell on our chamber, our city, and our county. Henry, your legacy of service will be felt in this community for generations to come. I admire you deeply. You inspire me. I'm grateful for you, and we all owe you a debt of gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a standing ovation for the one and only Henry Bell III.
Thank you very much. Now we need to get on with the program, Shannon.
It
never ends.
Yes, sir. Okay, here we go. Thank you all for indulging me with that. Henry is beloved by many of us, and I could not let the opportunity to publicly recognize him go by. So I appreciate your indulgence. At this time, we want to show a video from one of our presenting sponsors today, the lovely, incomparable Steve Fitzpatrick, and his team at Fitzpatrick Architects has graciously sponsored today's event, and we have a short video for you.
A city is defined by its downtown. It's where history, government, entrepreneurship, and culture unite. When our downtown is a reflection of who we are, our successes, our personality, our legacy, it establishes itself as the foundation every city longs to have. A heartbeat, a way of life that brings people together. That's why Tyler is coming home. We're creating together, building up, slowing down, giving our visitors a place to play, giving ourselves an image that looks like us. We're looking out for one another, stewarding what we've been given, tending to home. Join us in spirit, in space, in vision.
Thank you again to the Fitzpatrick Architect team. And next we're going to have our invocation. We have a very special invocation for you today from the enigmatic, law-abiding, God-fearing Ralph Carraway Jr. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving a round of applause as he comes to the stage. For those of you that don't know, Ralph Carraway Jr. is our Smith County Precinct 1 Constable.
It is not a misprint. They actually asked junior and not senior. Thank you. Let us pray. Gracious God, our Father, we thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to be here. God, we thank you for this time of fellowship. We pray that you will continue to bless the city of Tyler, this county. And then, God, we pray that you will bless every leader that pours into this community. And so, God, we thank you for this moment, but we pray that as we move forward, that you will continue to shine on us and extend your grace and your mercy. So again, God, we thank you for this moment, but we thank you for each and every leader that you have allowed to play a part in it. And so, God, we say thank you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray, amen.
Thank you very much, Constable Carraway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next up, here's the sticky stuff. I'm going to introduce all of our elected officials today. If I forget your name, we're going to blame Henry, not Shannon. But also, feel free to stand up and wave your arms, and we'll try to add you on last minute. But if you are an elected official and you are here, please know that you are the reason our city and our county is so wonderful. We are grateful for you, whether I say your name or not, right, Lonnie? We're just grateful to have you in the room today. I'm going to ask everyone to hold your applause unless you have a particular fan favorite and you have to shout out, go ahead, but I'm going to keep moving through these names. From U.S. Senator Cornyn's office, we have Sarah Butler and Reese DeWoody. U.S. Congressman Nathaniel Moran's office, Chelsea Cohen and Jonna Boersma. From the 12th Court of Appeals, my favorite justices, Chief Justice Jim Worthen, Greg Neely, and my law school buddy, Justice Brian Hoyle. Also here, we have State Representative Cole Hefner, and from Matt Schaefer's office, we have Jack Short. Our Smith County judges today with us are Judge Debbie Gunner, Judge Taylor Heaton, Judge Robert Wilson, Judge Carrie Russell, Judge Reeve Jackson, Judge Clay White, Judge Sarah Maynard, Judge Jason Ellis, Judge Derek Choice, Judge Andy Dunklin, Judge Curtis Wolf, Judge John Johnson, Constable Ralph Carraway Jr., who you just heard from, Constable Wayne Allen, Constable Jimmy Blackman, Constable Josh Joplin, Constable Wesley Hicks, our very own county judge Neil Franklin. We also have with us Commissioners Pam Frederick, John Moore, Terry Phillips, and Ralph Carraway Sr., who might add is a little bit more handsome than his son. Sorry, Constable. Also, we have the lovely Sheriff Larry Smith, District Attorney Jacob Putman, our tax assessor collector Gary Barber, treasurer Kelly White, county clerk Karen Phillips, district clerk Penny Clarkson. And from the city of Tyler, we have the beautiful Mayor Don Warren, his city council members Broderick McGee, Lloyd Nichols, Stuart Haney, Dr. Shirley McKellar, and James Wynn. And all the way from Gregg County, ladies and gentlemen, you can shout for this one, we have Gregg County Judge Bill Stout. Also, we have with us our TJ trustees, David Hudson, and my role model or mentor, Lonnie Uzel. And with the Tyler TISD trustees, we have Wade Washman, Aaron Martinez, Lindsay Harrison, Artis Newsom, and Yvonne Atkins. And last but most certainly not least, our Smith County Republican Chair, David Stein. Now you can give a round of applause. Okay, guys, we're getting to the meat of it. One more presenting sponsor I want to recognize. They have always been with the Chamber in support with whatever we need, and that is Henry and Peters. And once again, they've shown up today to sponsor this luncheon. So again, we have a beautiful bean footage for you to watch. We have a video from Henry.
What makes a great accounting firm? It takes more than an in-depth knowledge of the latest tax, audit, and accounting practices. It takes more than the trust earned by over 90 years in business. It takes more than an ever-growing list of loyal clientele. It takes people, more than 130 of them, with diverse backgrounds and experience. Each dedicated to helping you navigate the complex accounting landscape, and who believe that giving back is the best way to keep us all moving forward. So what makes Henry and Peters a great accounting firm? Well, when you put your trust in us, you get all of that, and so much more. Henry and Peters, more than accounting.
Kay Lotta and all my friends at Henry and Peters, thank you all for sponsoring this event today. Okay, here we are, Judge. We're at the meat of it. The reason we're all here today, ladies and gentlemen, put on your seatbelts. We have with us today the man, the myth, the legend, our county judge, Neil Franklin. But before he comes up, let me tell you a little bit about this guy. He's been our county judge since November 9th of 2022, and you all know before that he served as our Precinct 1 commissioner. Judge Franklin believes firmly, and he lives this every day, in the power of public service to affect positive change in our community. He served for many years as the Tyler Fire Chief, as well as the General Manager for EMS here in Tyler. He's also facilitated much leadership training, strategic planning for nonprofits, municipalities, and corporations as well. Perhaps the best thing about Judge Franklin is he is a graduate of Leadership Tyler Class 30. Ladies and gentlemen, he is married to the lovely, definitely better half, sorry, Judge, Valley. They have 3 children and 2 grandchildren, and they live in Bullard. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the man of the hour, Judge Neil Franklin.
All right, am I on? Okay. Thank you so much, Shannon. Henry, thank you for all you do. We appreciate you so much, and I'm glad that was brought up. I am thrilled that everybody made it here today. Really exciting time for me. I told y'all last year that this is the event that I look forward to the most, and I'm excited to get to address you today. I was kind of expecting, because of everything that went on yesterday, I figured we'd just have half the crowd here today because of the traffic jams. And then we had flash floods. And so you never know what to expect in East Texas. So if any of y'all are still wearing your safety glasses or welding hoods, you can take them off now. I have a good source that told me it's safe to do so. We actually, my family, we rented out our extra room for $1,000 a night at our home for this. And we decided that we would continue that offer all year long. And we're going to keep that special price for you guys as well. So, Valley, wave your hand. She's doing the reservations. Y'all see her after this. And beside Valley is my son, Bailey. Bailey, I'm so glad y'all are here. I love you both. Thank you for being here. So, thank you all again for being here. You guys are truly a beautiful audience. I always consider, in fact, I texted someone today. I said, hey, I get to talk to almost 500 friends. That's nice. I don't always talk to friends. Sometimes I talk to the other side. I wanted to thank all the sponsors. We certainly appreciate Fitzpatrick. I know we've already done it. Henry and Peters and Southside Bank, thank you so much. And I want to thank everyone for your encouragement and your support regarding the work of the Smith County Court. It's hard work, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I love what I do, and I'm dug in. I'm going to be there. Help me show appreciation to our sponsors again. I know we did it a while ago, but I want to thank you. Now, how about my friend Brooks Melton on the piano? How about that? Absolutely killed it. Brooks, I appreciate you so much, and I'm going to give a plug for him. He can catch Brooks on the piano. I think it's 6 to 8-ish, around there on Thursdays, most Thursdays at the Thomas Hotel in downtown Tyler. Y'all go check him out. By a show of hands, who came to the luncheon last year? Go ahead and raise your hand. Oh, that's quite a few of y'all. Okay. If I recall correctly, I told y'all last year when my birthday was. Do y'all remember that? I don't know if you remember. Okay, so it's February 12th. And I also told you that if you were going to buy me a gift, you could buy me golf balls because I love golf, but I'm not very good at golf. Well, let me tell you, I stood by my mailbox. Not a sleeve of golf balls showed up. But I don't hold grudges, so nothing to worry about. So I made an attempt last year to not only share what's going on in the county, but also to share a few nuggets just about who I am, because I think it's really important that you get to know who your county judge is and more about your county judge. For those of you, again, who were here last year, raise your hand once again. Raise your hand. All right. You know, all those people that evidently don't celebrate birthdays, that's y'all. All right. You found out that when I was a child, I wanted to be this guy. All right. I also had a backup dream because this one evidently didn't pan out. So my backup dream was, that's a horse jockey. I mean, look at my size. So that fizzled quickly too. But let me show you. This picture is actually a family picture. I'm the baby of the family. I'm on the far right, your far right. Look at the size of that head. My head weighs as much as the just average jockey, just by itself. So that dream was also scrapped. So with all those childhood dreams dashed, I ended up in public service. One thing I've learned to do in the many years of public service is to laugh at myself. It makes it fun. I'm going to share a few of my other beliefs and my dreams a little bit later with you. Our theme this year is breaking ground. It was an obvious choice regarding all the new construction that's going on in the community, but I also believe breaking ground is an excellent descriptor of our new and strengthening relationships, partnerships, and programs. First, let's get this started with a few facts about Smith County. The World Population Review estimated the 2024 population at 251,000, according to the most recent United States Census data. The 2010 population was a little over 210,000. That's almost 20% increase since that time. Smith County is now ranked population-wise as the 22nd largest county in Texas out of 254. We are no longer a small East Texas county. The latest information from Texas Association of Counties shows Smith County ranking 31 out of 254 counties for the lowest tax rate. Speaking of tax rate, if you recall, when we presented the courthouse and parking facility bond proposal, we estimated that our debt service portion of the tax rate would increase by 4.4 cents if the bond proposal was approved by the voters. We proposed to split that 4.4 cents increase over 2 years. You, the voters, approved that plan, and due to the increased revenue from appraisal values, we were able to increase by only 1.7 cents during the first year. We at the county are committed to maintaining a low tax rate while providing professional services that our citizens demand. I learned a long time ago to surround myself with smart people, people that really know their stuff. Now I'd like to introduce you to a few of those people. This is just one slice of the pie. I introduced a few last year. I plan on sharing a handful of people every year because I have awesome team members that I want you to know. But first, I need to clear up something. I had an oversight last year. I introduced all my office staff last year, but failed to say anything about Casey Murphy. She didn't know I was going to say this today, so I don't have a picture of her, but she's right down here in the front, and in a minute I'm going to have you stand up. So Casey is our communications director. She just celebrated her 9th anniversary year with Smith County. There was a portion of time this year that we were shorthanded in the office. Casey stepped up big time. She wore multiple hats and has been instrumental as we onboarded new staff members. Casey does a spectacular job. Let's give her a hand. Casey, stand up, wave your hand. Okay, now we're on to this year's introduction. Cheryl Keel. She's our Judicial Compliance Collections. Smith County Court Collections Department assists the courts of Smith County with the collection of court-ordered fines, court costs, and fees. The Collections Department will establish, based on financial evaluation, payment plans to satisfy the defendant's court-ordered obligation. On a personal note, Cheryl is probably the nicest person I've ever met, and I think everybody would agree with that. She is very excited to move into the new courthouse with her team, and when it's completed, I want to thank you, Cheryl, for all you do, and thanks for being such a nice person. We recognize you today. Please wave, Cheryl, right there. Thank you. Next up is Frank Davis with Road and Bridge. Frank became the Smith County engineer on July 7th, 2014. He came to Smith County with more than 32 years of professional engineering and surveying experience, including 11 years as city engineer and director of public works in Tyler, Waxahachie, and DeSoto. Frank and his team do a remarkable job taking care of over 1,200 plus miles of roads in this county. And to fill up whatever spare moment that he has left, Frank also serves as one of our 2 county reps on the construction team for the courthouse and parking facility. Wave, Frank, or stand, either one. Where are you, Frank? Back over there. Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you. And next up is Brandon Moore. Brandon is our emergency management coordinator. Emergency management is a vital part of local government. Brandon is new to Smith County, but he's not new to emergency management. We were able to acquire Brandon, actually steal Brandon, from the Texas Department of Emergency Management, and he works within the Smith County Fire Marshal's office. Brandon hit the ground running. Among his accomplishments, in conjunction with others, are installation of a weather station at the Emergency Operations Center, an updated approved emergency operations plan in 23. In partnership with TACC, Smith County is offering enrollment in the RAVE mass notification system, updated FEMA approved Smith County hazard mitigation. It just goes on and on. He's doing a wonderful job. Please wave, Brandon. Where are you? Right there in the corner. And he was the one that's really responsible for all the planning that we did for the eclipse yesterday. And he called and he said, I'm almost embarrassed because nothing's going on. I said, no, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, next up is Jay Latch. Jay couldn't be here with us today, but she's the purchasing director for Smith County. Before joining Smith County on October 1st, 2020, Jay previously served as the purchasing agent for the city of Longview. The purchasing department is a member of the administrative services team of Smith County. The county's purchasing office provides the best service possible to all county departments as well as vendors in a fair and equitable manner. I sound like a commercial, don't I? And to protect the interests of Smith County taxpayers. Jay does an excellent job leading a very, very busy purchasing team. Ms. Latch is our other county rep on the construction team for the courthouse and parking garage. Jay wears many hats and is vital to our operation. So she was unable to be with us, but we appreciate her so much, so let's give her a hand. And my final co-worker that I'm going to talk about today is Kristen Marquez. Kristen is our Smith County law librarian. She began serving as a law librarian in October of 22. She was recommended by the Smith County Bar Association's Law Library Committee. I bet you didn't know they had one. And approved by the Smith County Commissioners Court. She holds bachelor and graduate degrees in business as well as an associate's degree in legal studies. The law library is managed by the Smith County Commissioners Court. It's open to attorneys, judges, and the general public at no cost. Kristen is also excited about the move into the new courthouse. On a personal note, Kristen is quite the baker. She has her own business. Please reach out to her. Wave so everybody can see you. Where are you, Kristen? I hope she's here. Well, anyway, she's great. And we actually brought her in and we had her cinnamon rolls and muffins the other day at one of our meetings, and it was fantastic. So check it out. So Kristen Marquez, let's give her a hand. All right, next I want y'all to watch a video that I'm really excited about. Y'all check it out.
I'm standing in front of what will soon be a 5-story, 540-plus parking space garage. You, the citizens of Smith County, approved the funding for construction of this parking facility. This structure will not only benefit the county employees, but the jurors, the attorneys, and others who visit will finally have an easy walk to the courthouse. We recognize the need for more parking in the evenings and weekends as well. Downtown Tyler is already a destination for many of you, just like me, that love this area. And this facility is just the tip of the iceberg. This project remains on time and under budget and is expected to be completed by this fall. I appreciate your patience and understanding during this construction process. Smith County is having a groundbreaking year. Let's hear from our commissioners about other important projects that are happening in our community.
I'm in the inmate clinic of Smith County Jail, where we can see that Smith County has been working tirelessly to address the issue of mental health in our community. In the last few years, we have made great strides by beginning new programs and building partnerships. We have provided $500,000 in ARPA funding to build a mental health wing in the new Children's Advocacy Center facility. We have earmarked $4 million toward a public-private effort to reopen a 70-bed mental health facility in Tyler, with 10 of those beds being used for crisis diversion. We hired our first county diversion officer a couple of years ago through grant funding, and that position was just extended. We created an official mental health deputy position for the jail in this year's budget. We've budgeted more money for our jail med program that includes in-person psychiatric care. And we have entered into an agreement with the Andrews Center for a jail-based competency restoration program. This will help reduce the time spent in jail by defendants with mental health issues as they await services to become available in a state facility. Smith County is committed to the improvement of the mental health delivery of services to our community. We are moving mountains in the world of mental health, but we have a lot of work to do.
Hi, I'm John, and this is Madeline. And she's here at the Smith County Animal Shelter, and she is looking for a home. So, unfortunately, folks like Madeline have the same problem that a lot of other animals do, and that's that people are dumping them. Litters of animals are just unwanted, being left out to the side of the road for who knows what to happen. So the Smith County Commissioners Court decided to act. We earmarked $100,000 in ARPA money so that folks like Madeline could have a chance. That money goes to Angel Paws Advocates as well as the No Strays Project. And they are administering this money to help with spay, neutering, treating folks like Madeline with rabies treatments as well as microchipping. And while this money lasts, residents of Smith County can come in absolutely free and have their pets go through this program. As I said, no charge. What we're hoping is that that money is seed money and that people like you and others will contribute to that fund. Let's keep it going so that we can find homes for folks like Madeline.
This year, we broke ground on the first road Smith County's built since the 1950s. Smith County has committed more than $5 million in ARPA funding to build County Road 3344 to help in the development of the new 412-acre interstate park located at Highway 155 and I-20. We're proud to be partnering with the Tyler Economic Development Council on this project to bring new businesses and more jobs to Smith County. The park's anchor tenant, Yellowwood, bought 159 acres, will invest nearly $50 million, and will bring more than 100 jobs to our community. Smith County Emergency Services District 2 has also bought nearly 4 acres there to build a new fire station to serve the area. TEDC is working with other potential tenants to locate there. This project is a great example of how Smith County is growing, and we're proud to be a part of it.
Since the first road and bridge bond was passed by voters in 2017, we've improved more than 204 miles of road. In just the first year of the bond project, we've improved more miles of road than we did in the previous decade. In 2021, voters approved a second bond for road and bridge. The Road and Bridge Department has overseen the improvement of a combined 287 miles of road so far through both phases of the bond program. An additional 125 miles of road remain to be reconstructed or repaved for the next few years. The Road and Bridge Department is also close to moving into a renovated facility which can be seen behind me, located at the corner of East Irvin Street and Loop 323. For many years, this department of more than 80 employees has been working out of a metal building that was once used by Camp Fanning. The new facility will allow them to have a big enough space to gather as a department for training and meetings. The facility will also include a new auto repair shop, fueling station that will serve all Smith County issued vehicles. We are excited to be able to help provide this new space for one of Smith County's important departments, and we look forward to continuing to work on improving roads throughout the county.
Imagine, if you will, a 7-story, 270,000 square foot courthouse right behind me. Space for 12 courtrooms as well as our 12th Court of Appeals. Public safety has been and remains our focus as we continue to plan this amazing facility. Demolition of the current buildings will soon take place, followed by a groundbreaking for the new courthouse this fall. But wait, there's more. We have partnered with the City of Tyler, and the entire downtown square will be unrecognizable in the near future. Vast green space, wide sidewalks, two-way traffic, roundabouts, and more. Downtown Tyler will top your destination list.
All right. I want to thank Richard Hall with East Texas Production for his work on this video, and thank you, commissioners, for all your contributions there. I do want to say, for all you dog lovers, Madeline was adopted, so that's good news. Yay. All right, most of you know my interest and commitment to improve the mental health services in Smith County. Commissioner Frederick mentioned some of the steps that we've taken in the county, but we still have a long way to go. The work is vital to our community, but not easy. I believe that the largest stride we've made as a community is that mental health is no longer something we are hesitant to talk about. That is why I'm excited about another groundbreaking opportunity to partner with a local entity, UT Health, for our Jail Med and Psych program. There will be training opportunities in the future for nursing and mental health counseling students to gain firsthand experience in our Smith County Jail. Additionally, we have partnered with UT in developing a forensic psychiatry fellowship to train psychiatrists to work in jail settings. UT was recently successful in securing a grant in forensic psychiatry. Thank you, and once you start mentioning names, it gets tough because I know I'm going to leave somebody out. But thank you to Daniel DeLotte, Courtney Smith, Dr. Julie Philly, and many, many others that were working on this to make this happen. So thank y'all very much. All right, first up, this is my first shameless plug. Lynn. Here it is. This is for East Texas Mental Health Summit. This is sponsored by the Andrews Center, and it takes place at the W.T. Brookshire Conference Center from 2 to 4 on May 7th. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to find a place to plug in and learn more about mental health in our community. And it's free. So please get this on your calendar, make a point, come check it out and see what you can do for mental health in our community. Thank you, Andrews Center, for being here. All right, the next plug I'm really excited about. I was approached by a friend quite a while back that told me about a successful program that they have for their first responders in Harrison County. The more I listened, the more excited I got. It's essentially an opportunity for individuals to agree to pray for a specific first responders daily for an entire year. It's all voluntary for the prayer warrior and for the first responder. I've spoken with all the leaders of all our first responder agency, and every one of them was excited about having this program start. We have many churches who have already jumped on board as well. I was blessed to have friends who have stepped up to lead this effort. There's no way I could have taken this on because you have to become a 501c3, you have to have a website and all these things. So my friends that are part of this, Larry Melhart, Kevin Bogue, and Garrett Boersma, they're here today. Please stand, guys. All three of y'all. Y'all stand. Thank you. Each one of these guys takes this on as a ministry. SmithCountyPrayerForce.org, SmithCountyPrayerForce.org is now a thing. Please check it out. We're now accepting online at the website. You can sign up as a first responder or a prayer warrior, either one. This is groundbreaking, intentional prayer. I have a strong feeling that this is going to change the lives in our community. Y'all stay tuned for updates. Now I have a treat for you. If this video works in just a minute, we're going to have a hero here, Hector Escalante from Fitzpatrick. He's a master at doing these kind of things. I'm going to give y'all a look inside the courthouse. All right, so here we go. This is the nickel tour. It's going to be quick, but it's a sneak peek inside, and I'm just going to kind of talk you through it as we move through. All right, here we are. We're outside, heading up. This is to the side. Now we're heading up Fannin towards the new parking garage. It's already complete there. It's kind of unrecognizable with the treescape there. Now we'll cruise around. There's the parking garage. And then we're on Ferguson there. And now headed back to the square. Everybody's seen the outside, but now we're going to head towards the courthouse. And you see the flagpole and our seal there. Up the stairs and into the building. So now you can see there's glass. If you can see the glass walls there, they just kind of funnel everyone to the security area. Safety and security is primo in this building. So they come through. Now as we walk by, you can see it's open to the second floor there. So it's spacious and nice. Now we're going to turn. I believe we're going to head into the law library now. It's on the first floor. The Bar Association will office in this room as well. We've got computers, but our law librarian, now you can see why she's so excited about getting there. It's going to be really nice. Now as you come out, everywhere there's an elevator in the new courthouse, directly across the hall, there's restrooms. That's a big deal. That's exciting. So you'll always know when you get off the elevator, you have a restroom. Now we're walking on down to the jury assembly room. As you come in, there's nice soft seats. It's going to be very comfortable. Yay, yes. It's going to serve around 300 in there. We can also take those seats out and use it as a multi-purpose room as well. If they have a big, huge court case, they can actually use that as a courtroom as well. And you pass by, you see the district clerk's office. And as we move down, restrooms again, elevators to your left. We're still on the first floor. We come by, we got security here. And as you see, we do have a stairway that you can take up to the top. Now you can see that glassed-in area that's going to keep people funneled over to the security. Now we're on the second floor. And as we walk through, you can see judicial compliance. And then we've got that open area. And all this seating is not set in stone. All the furniture is just what they could utilize, Hector could use on the program. But you look across, and there's the county clerk's office. Then as you turn back around, you see pretrial. There's so much that goes on in county government that a lot of people don't even know. Now we're coming back towards the open area. You can see to your left that mosaic, and I think we have a better view of it. There will be historical art throughout, black and white photos and things of all the history of downtown and court system. Now we're on the third floor. This is actually, now we're getting off the elevator, restrooms again, and you can see the artwork along the sides. And anywhere you see this woodwork is where there's going to be a courtroom. Now we're inside the courtroom. And the courtroom's will seat about 90. And then there's plenty of space for all the attorneys to sit. It's going to be remarkable. The judges, attorneys, everyone's had a chance to put forward their thoughts as we came up with making the final decisions. And on every floor, there's space, ample space to sit out and wait for their case, take a break, whatever they're doing. Okay, Hector, you're a hero. All right. So, as your county judge, my focus is the business of the county, which it should be. But today, since you're a captive audience, and I'm not required to follow an agenda, I want you to glimpse inside my heart, just a part of my heart. I've shared these thoughts before, but I believe this needs to be said again, especially during the current times we live in. The cool thing is, if you disagree with me, we can still be friends. I'm addressing you today not as a partisan, but as a patriot. Not as a Democrat, independent, or Republican, but as an American. In fact, I hate politics. My words and opinions should not be received as political in any way. I'm asking you to venture back in time with me today. Now, I'm not one of those that thinks the good old days were the best. A lot of them were, but I'm pretty fond of air conditioning and indoor plumbing. Please do me a favor as I ask you to open up your heart today and rely on your imagination for the next few minutes as we travel down memory lane. I'm hopeful that as I conclude today that you can answer the question, what does red, white, and blue mean to you? My first experience with patriotism came in elementary school. Each day the teacher would lead us in prayer and we would recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. One nation under God always stood out to me. We realized early on that there was a strong tie between God and country. Imagine if we continued this practice as we got older. Do you think it might affect our feelings? I cannot remember how often we had music class back then, but I do remember that we were taught patriotic songs, like our national anthem, My Country 'Tis of Thee. What if we still sang these songs on a regular basis? Think about that. Would it change our mindset? I remember the USA space program well. Our national leaders considered being the leader in space a high priority as it exhibited strength. We actually got to watch some of the missions on television at school. I remember cheering and hearing other nearby classes celebrating. American pride and patriotism at its very best. Can this pride be regained? Later in school, we studied American history. We learned that our Declaration of Independence is based on our Creator and our God-given rights that cannot be taken away. Our founding fathers were not perfect, just as we are not perfect. Only one perfect man has ever walked this earth, and that's Jesus Christ. Imagine now with me if our focus remained on God and His Word. Just what could our country look like today? The Olympics were always a favorite of mine. My dad and I loved to watch them together. It was an opportunity to celebrate America and our athletes. The dedication and patriotism exhibited by these athletes was unmatched. A lifetime of training for what was oftentimes only one or maybe a few events. Sure seems different now, doesn't it? What if somehow the patriotic drive could be restored to these games? Could it happen? When I was 16 years old, my father died. I can remember the funeral vividly. I was an emotional wreck. Yet I felt like I must remain strong for my mom. So I didn't cry at the funeral. My father served our country in Korea. He was injured and received the Purple Heart. A flag was draped over his coffin at the funeral due to his military service. Although distraught, I felt a sense of true pride about my father and his devotion to his country and his family. This flag now has a home on my shelf in my office. Imagine if every one of us could feel this type of pride for all our veterans. I learned through the years that many of our veterans lied about their age just so they could go fight for our country. Do I have that kind of love and devotion to America? Do you? Imagine where our country would be if all of us did. Consider now with me the concept of judging other people on the content of character, as Martin Luther King advised. What if we all worked together to reach our goals, and in the end, we didn't care who got the credit? Powerful advice from President Ronald Reagan. What if we did not wait for a catastrophic event like 9/11 to occur before we pull together as a nation? It always seems like there has to be traumatic loss of life before we work together. Consider that for a moment. We are supposed to never forget 9/11. I will never forget how firefighters, EMS personnel, and law enforcement and ordinary citizens charged towards the building to assist their fellow man. What if something like that happened locally? Would we have what it takes to run towards the problem for our fellow American? You were probably glued to your TV, just as I was, to watch as our America responded to the attack on 9/11. The strength and resolve of our nation was evident for the world to see. This nation has flaws and a history of mistakes, which we should not and we must not forget. We also have an amazing history of accomplishments and acknowledgement as the world leader. The ingenuity of the American citizen is the engine behind this success. The fuel for that engine is freedom. Our founding fathers knew the importance of our God-given freedom. You may ask, what can we do as ordinary citizens of Tyler and Smith County to restore patriotism and pride in our country? Believe it or not, I have some ideas. So much good gets lost among the bad. Find and focus on the good. Patriotism is a feeling, yes, but it can definitely be nurtured, and more importantly, regained. Nurture that pride. Pray for our country and its leaders. Pray for our current military and first responders. Honor our veterans. Ponder on the fact that we have had many Americans make the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Fly your flag proudly. Stand and pledge your allegiance. Sing the national anthem, even if you're like me and can't carry a tune. Study our nation's history. It will help you realize the sacrifices made by our founding fathers and our duty to stand for America. Exercise your right to vote. Not everybody's had that right to vote. We should exercise it. Do not compromise your beliefs, yet please realize that not everyone will share those same beliefs. Love your neighbor. Work hard and give where and when you can. And finally, again from Ronald Reagan, don't worry about who gets the credit. The word is out, folks. Smith County and the city of Tyler, very special places. I hope you would join me in a commitment to protect our values that make it so special. The Tyler way, the Smith County way, it's a good way. So what does red, white, and blue mean to you today? Think about this and make plans to show everyone just how much you love America and Smith County. Thank you all so much for coming today, and may God bless each one of you. Thank you.
Now you know why I called him the man, the myth, the legend. Judge Franklin, Valley, thank you all and your entire family for the service you've given to this city, this county, and this community. To County Judge Franklin and all the commissioners, we look forward to great progress, great growth, and continued collaboration in the coming years. Okay, I have some housekeeping, so bear with me. First of all, I forgot to point this out earlier. Today, I was told by our new Smith County Bar Executive Director, Beth Fila, who's in the room. I don't know where she is, but she'd be glad to meet you later. But she told me when I was coming in that today is Be Kind to Lawyers Day. In case you didn't know, I pretend to be a lawyer during the day, so I will not be taking any complaints or comments that you have about this luncheon. I've received a few, though, and I do want to point them out before these people knew it was Be Kind to Lawyers Day. Someone in here felt obliged to park in Mike Hines' personal parking spot here at Green Acres. He was a little flustered, but I told him not to worry, that I was sure whoever it is that is parked in his spot is going to make a very generous 6-figure donation to the county's dog and cat spay and neuter program. So we'll be looking for that check. I also forgot to point out my friends over here at table 21 for being the loudest and the best cheerers for Henry Bell, my UT Tyler friends. Thank you for that, Gary and friends. As you all have heard from our county judge, we have a lot underway. We are going and growing. There is a reason, ladies and gentlemen, a very good reason, many good reasons, why Tyler, Texas was named by USA Today as the #1 city in Texas to live in. The #1 city. Exactly. Give us a round of applause. That only happens through collaboration, leadership, community service, giving of your time, your talent, and your treasure, Steve Fitzpatrick. We do a fabulous job of this in this community. The thing I'm going to ask you to consider doing today to support the #1 city to live in Texas is to join your chamber. You've seen the QR code, and I'm going to ask them to put it up. It's been scrolling on the screen before the program began, and I'm going to ask them to put it up for you again now. All you got to do is scan that QR code on your phone. But by the way, while you have your phone out, I want everyone to pull up your calendar and mark February 12th on your calendar is County Judge Franklin's birthday, so that he doesn't come up here with that sad song and dance again next year. After you've put his birthday on there, please scan that QR code. If you're not a member of the chamber, save me from having to come find you in the next few months and begging or arm twisting you to join. Just go ahead and do it today. We don't become the #1 city in Texas to live in by accident. It takes all of us. It takes every one of us joining the chamber. It takes every one of us finding where we can give, where we can serve. People like Henry Bell have made this community what it is. I also wanted to point out that Henry Bell will be giving a history of Tyler this Thursday at Truvine at 6:30. You can have pizza and beer or water and beer if that's your choice, and you can hear Henry walk us through the history of our great city. That is not a chamber-sponsored event, but we would love to see everyone there. We have a few events coming up that I wanted to mention to you. We have a power networking breakfast on May the 1st, and it is at the beautiful TISD Career Technology Center. We also have a business after hours on April 25th from 5 to 7, sponsored by our friends at Ultra Federal Credit Union. And we have the not-to-be-missed State of the City with our very own Mayor Don Warren. We will also have our Leadership Tyler graduates at that event as well for you to meet and greet and sign them up for their latest, greatest community service project. So plan on being there, and that is May 23rd, and that will be held at the Brookshires Conference Center. Mark all those on your calendar. Don't forget, February 12th is Judge Franklin's birthday. And last but not least, I want to give a special shout out to my Southside Bank family. I want to thank them also for supporting this program today, and they have a video that they would like to share with you as well.
Community. There's something powerful about that word. Maybe because it's something we're all a part of, a place where we all belong. At Southside Bank, we believe in the power of community. Our team isn't here just to process transactions. We're here to form lasting relationships. This helps us understand the needs of our customers and to be a part of their story from wherever they are to wherever they're going. Whether it's investing in community initiatives, serving at local nonprofits, or just asking a customer how they're doing, our people are making a difference. We're not just bankers, we're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in success. We're with you during the good times and the hard times, because that's what being a true community bank is all about.
Thank you, Southside Bank. Another round of thanks to Fitzpatrick Architects and Henry and Peters. I want to thank you guys for coming out today. Get involved, join the chamber. It's raining out, so you might as well stay, scan the QR code, fill in your credit card info, no rush. Thank you all for being here today. We look forward to seeing you at the next luncheon. With that, we are adjourned.